Hello, my name is Emily. How are you guys today? Hope you're having a good day. Um, I'm just here all alone today. My son is out with his mother, so I get to kind of just spend time to my own devices and doing things that I like to do, which is usually writing and creating videos. And I don't know why, but it seems that I'm alone quite a bit. I did a writing yesterday that was very touching. I wish I could recite it to you. And in fact, when I did the recording of it, I even broke down and cried. Um, I don't know if you're familiar with this disease that affects children. It's very rare, but the tragedy of it all is that these kids cannot go out in the daytime because this illness or disease they have or affliction affects their skin, and any exposure to the sunlight is deadly, literally. They could actually die from any sort of exposure to the sun, so these poor children have to live in total darkness. And I remember reading a story about a girl who could only go outside at night, and their neighborhood found out about her situation and tried to accommodate as best they could by allowing their kids to have some playtime with her at night. Typically, those kids would be going to bed by those hours, but they understood the importance of friendship, and they were very concerned for this girl, and they made all arrangements to allow their children to have friendships with her and for her to have friendships with their kids. And it really sparked something within me to create a writing that addresses that, about a girl who feels so lonely inside, and she's very depressed because she doesn't have friends, because she doesn't see the light of day. She lives in total seclusion, in darkness, at home. Her parents have to draw the shades, the blinds, so there's no hint of sunlight. And I wanted to capture it in a poem that touches the heart, because you're talking about young people, kids, whose lives will never be normal. They're imposed in their own prison of darkness. And if they do go out, they risk, they will, in fact, develop cancer that is deadly. So I wrote from the perspective of a young girl who was writing in her diary, and I took the name Lacey as the title of my poem, calling it My Name is Lacey. And what she says in her diary is that she feels that kids her age shouldn't always get upset over trivial things, little things, because they have normal lives. They can do anything. They go to school, they can play outside, they can go to the park, to the beach, shopping for clothes or whatever in the daytime. They can do anything. And she could never do that. And when she was exposed to the outside, she got very sick. Her face would just be burned to the point where the skin would just burn off her face. So she couldn't go outside. She had to live in this self-imposed prison in her house, in the living room, where she had more room to gather all her toys. And her parents did all they could to help her. They were literally her only contact. So she writes that she wants people to read her story and hopes that her diary will wind up in the hands of those to understand her story and to learn from it as she reveals all the pain and sorrow she goes through, imagining and wishing that she could live a life that other children live. And it's heartbreaking. It truly is heartbreaking when you realize there are children out there that can't do things that normal kids do. And the disease that she has, I believe it's called ectoderma pigmentosum, XP for short. And in the story, she recites the fact that she wants to desperately go out and do things and be a part of life, and she's not able to do that. And her biggest dream, and this is the part where I got all choked up when I read it, her biggest dream in life was to be able to go to school and have the teacher ask her to stand up and introduce herself. And all she wants to do is say, "Hi, my name is Lacey," in front of a room full of other kids, in the daytime, at a school. That's her biggest wish. Very simple. But she can't have that wish because she can't live in the day. She has to sleep in the day and wake in the night. And that's her life, living in total darkness. And it's very tragic and very sad. And they have a term for these children that are afflicted by XP, children of darkness. And it's very, they are a group of people that not many people know of. So no one knows the true pain that they feel. And that's why she felt the need to write this in her diary, and hoping that her diary would be circulated one day to tell people her story and what she felt, what she feels. And that's what anybody wants to do, is to leave a statement, something that relates their life, their experiences. You know, we all have our things in life that we go through, and we feel it's important at one time or another to have that revealed. Maybe not in a dialogue, but maybe in a written document. And diaries are very personal, and they allow you to open up and share things that you normally wouldn't. I think writing in your diary is very important, and I think it's something that's most of us should do. It's like a journal. We all need to write in a journal to document our feelings and what we go through. I think it's great, and I would love to do it myself. And I think that life, for most of us, is boring, humdrum. We are looking for things to do, but we don't realize what we truly have. We don't appreciate it. And that is the sad thing, because we do have a lot to be grateful for. And we should know that there are people out there who don't have what we have and never can have what we have. So we must realize that it ain't so bad. You know, we're here, we're living, we're being part of society, we're doing the things that we are able to physically. We don't have anything holding us back. You know, and that is truly why we need to appreciate others and respect them and love them and hug them. The character I wrote about, Lacey, I would love to give her a big hug and, you know, just be there for her and be in her world and share her life with her, share life with her, and tell her she's not alone and that she has a friend, because friendships are important, especially when someone truly seeks one and needs one. You know, it's hard when you go through life alone, when you feel like there's nobody out there to help you, to listen to you. And when you feel like you have feelings of loneliness, sadness, depression, and you have nobody to talk to about it, makes it worse. It's not healthy. It's not. All Lacey wanted was to be recognized, to be heard, to be amongst kids her age, to live a normal life. That's all anybody wants. I hope that Lacey achieves that. I'm the writer of the story, so that story will have to be continued. And hopefully it will be a good follow-up story to the original. I love Lacey. She's the first true character of a writing that I've done. And I want to bring her alive and show the world there are many out there that go through what Lacey goes through. love Lacey and cherish her. I love you guys. Emily, Ayanelli, of T-Girl Angel,